Regulating the senses. The Gita offers a practical solution. Curb lust by regulating the senses from the beginning. The senses are superior to dull matter. Mind is higher than the senses. Intelligence is still higher than the mind, and he, the soul, is even higher than the intelligence. Curbing at the beginning. My father explained that this is not merely a philosophical concept but a practical imperative for spiritual seekers. It means taking immediate and decisive action to redirect the senses from their natural inclination towards material gratification, like setting boundaries and habits before they escalate. Withdrawal of the senses and mind control. The Gita extensively details practices for mind and sense control, which includes restraints, observances, postures, breath control, withdrawal of the senses, concentration, meditation, and trance. Withdrawal of the senses is especially relevant here, as it signifies the deliberate withdrawal of the senses from their respective objects. For example, during meditation, one is instructed to keep the vision of the eyes between the two eyebrows and concentrate on the tip of the nose with half-closed lids. This prevents both falling asleep and being distracted by external sense objects. This process helps one become free from all kinds of fear and anger and ultimately feel the presence of the divine in the transcendental situation. While this detailed system is demanding, spiritual consciousness is presented as the easiest process of executing spiritual principles, as it directly engages the mind and senses in transcendental service, thereby controlling them more effectively, like therapy combining mindfulness with action. Engaging the senses in divine service. The most effective way to regulate the senses is not by artificial suppression, but by engaging them in transcendental activities, specifically in divine service. This is the essence of devotional service. As my father would illustrate during our practices, eyes should not be allowed to see anything but the beautiful form of the divine. This redirects the visual sense from material allurements to divine beauty, like focusing on sacred art instead of ads. Ears should be engaged in hearing about the divine. This involves listening to transcendental sound vibrations, such as the chanting of holy names or narrations of divine pastimes and glories. Nose should be engaged in smelling the flowers offered to the divine. Tongue should be engaged in tasting the remnants of foodstuffs offered to the divine, and in chanting holy names. Touch engaged in serving the divine through acts like cleaning sacred spaces. This systematic engagement of the senses in devotional service is the main and sole objective of the Gita. It is a proactive and positive method of control, transforming potentially binding activities into spiritually elevating ones, like turning hobbies into service.